Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. And we have a brand new team today featuring a different Pokemon than maybe you are used to seeing. This is a Pokemon that I think is pretty underrated, of course, that is Rayquaza. I'm going to call it Rayquaza. It might be Rayquaza. I don't like the sound of it. I've always called it Rayquaza all my life, so that's what I'm going to go with. You know, I've been calling it Rayquaza since the day I was born, so. It has extreme speed, which is something that, of course, Dragonite has, and Dragonite has been one of the best Pokemon in the meta for so long. It's unfortunately not really up there anymore because of the power of all these legends, but of course it dominated the Scarlet and Violet meta for several seasons, and a big reason for that, aside from multiscale and a good typing and good stats, was because it had extreme speed, and it would go Terra Normal, which I think was its most common Terra type, with extreme speed, which would hit really hard. Now, Rayquaza also has access to that. It can go Terra Normal, and Normal is just a pretty solid Terra type. It only has one weakness, and it ends up taking good damage. It can take a good amount of damage from a lot of things. Of course, also, one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game right now is a Ghost type. Though one of the other most powerful is a fighting type, so that's an interesting thing too. But either way, you also hit a lot harder with Terra Normal Extreme Speed. I went with Life Orb and Swords Dance, which is something that is pretty interesting here. So the goal is to maybe send in Rayquaza, maybe scare out the enemy, go for Swords Dance, and then just do massive damage with extreme speeds. And obviously that is really strong. We also have Dragon Ascent, which is an amazing stab move. It's basically the flying type close combat. And again, because Rayquaza has such a high attack stat, it hits really hard. Flying is a really solid type. And then finally, there's Earthquake, just to round out the coverage. Rayquaza is a Pokemon that is really strong, and it also has it has very high attack and special attack, so you can actually kind of go mixed, or you could go purely special if you want. I think there's just a lot of room to explore with Rayquaza. And then finally, its ability Airlock, I think, is really important in the meta because it shuts down weather and the effects of weather, which means it can weaken the enemy's Koraidon when they summon the sun. So I actually think Rayquaza is a really interesting Pokemon in the meta right now, and I wanted to try it out. Of course, everything else is just there to kind of counteract the meta, but also kind of help support Rayquaza. We've got Ting-Lu, which I think is in a pretty strong place right now as well, versus Pokemon like, of course, Calyrex and stuff like that. Then we also have Espeon, which is, I mean, I've been using this on like every team. I think Espeon's in a really good spot right now, honestly, which is a weird thing to say because it almost feels like it's better now than it was before. And I really liked it before, but you know, with Magic Bounce, we can bounce back hazards and stuff. A lot of people forget about Magic Bounce, and it kind of annoys them. Choice Scarf is great for outspeeding things, and Espeon's just a strong Pokemon, so it hits hard. Then we've got my Focus Sash Flutter main, which is another one that I've been using a lot, and it's just good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Landorus again is here. This is actually a Pokemon I haven't used that much, and this is an interesting set. I did tweak the EVs so that it hits really hard. It's got max HP, and then I have just enough. I calculated these EVs in special defense so that I believe we can survive against Calyrex. And then with Intimidate, we're in a decent spot, maybe against Koraidon as well. I keep drawing a blank on those names, but Rock Tomb's solid. Crunch is there for Calyrex. Earthquake is a good move, and U-Turn is there for pivoting. We've got Citrus Berry, of course, because we are a pretty tanky Pokemon, and we can recover some health with that. The last Pokemon here is an interesting one that I really like. This is another one of my faves that I tried in one of the previous seasons, and that's Moltres, which of course you don't see a lot of, but I calc the EVs here too as well. This Moltres is actually pretty good at taking on Koraidons, and with Flame Body, it can burn them as well, which is pretty awesome. And its moves are also pretty good too. I think I calced it so that I can like one-hit KO Koraidon with like Air Slash or something. There was some reason that I put the calcs in. I built this team a couple weeks ago, and I've been testing it, and it's been fun. But honestly, I forgot the super specifics of all the calcs that I did, like all the EVs. A lot of the EVs are pretty straightforward, but Moltres has some very specific EVs as well as Landorus. But that's the team right there. There's the team code if you want to try it out for yourself. Let us jump into those games. My opponent does not have a restricted. Interesting. I definitely do not want to count them out though, because that could go wrong. I think I lead Espeon here. There are 3 potential leads that I'm looking at that could have like hazards or something are Amoonguss, Galvantula, and Archaludon. Of course, Magic Bounce is good against all of those, and Espeon in general is pretty solid against those. I mean, honestly, Espeon's not great against Archaludon because my best move is Shadow Ball, but even Shadow Ball's decent, but we're going to go for that. Ting-Lu's decent against them as well, but actually Ting-Lu also looks decent, but Ting-Lu like guarantees that they get up their move. Like if they lead Amoonguss, they can go for Spore. If they go Galvantula, they can get up their Sticky Web, stuff like that. So I think I just like Espeon just better for that hyper offense. Lando looks pretty strong here too, although Basculegion's something to be afraid of. I think I want to bring it though, and then we'll just bring Rayquaza because it's good. Because it's Rayquaza, right? They lead Arch. Kind of what I was fearing. I could trick. The thing about Arch is it's pretty versatile. There's like multiple abilities it could have as well as a lot of different moves. So I'm really not certain what the best play is here. Like I could trick, but I do think I'll just Shadow Ball. It should do some good damage. Maybe get a special defense drop. Yeah, that's pretty solid damage. Wow, okay, it's stamina. They go Flash Cannon, so they're either aware of Stealth Rock or of Magic Bounce. Oh, they get a crit. No way. No way. That's unfortunate because we would have survived. We easily would have survived 2 Flash Cannons if they did not get a crit. So now we just gotta hope for the best. I mean, maybe I should have switched out, but yeah. All right. They have leftovers as well, which is honestly kind of rough for us. They're at +2 defense. Oh man. Oh god. Landorus. We gotta hope for the best here. They might even be faster than me. The goal, though, I mean, if they Terra, I think it could be over. If they Terrastalize, well, the thing is they're pretty low, like, because I'm terrified, like, they're gonna keep getting those defense boosts, but I am a ground type with oh, no way! I mean, it depends on what they go for here. They go Stealth Rock now, okay. Well, I should knock them out now, but of course my last Pokemon is weak to Stealth Rock, so that's really annoying. That crit was really clutch for them. If they hadn't gotten that crit, I probably would have killed them first with Espeon. And that the battle's just so different after that. Yeah, that's really funny how that happens. Just one critical hit, just the whole pace of the battle is extremely different. They go Dragonite now. I'm just gonna fire off a Rock Tomb, break their multi-scale, lower their speed for what it's worth. They Terra, not super surprising. They can't really do too much to me though, so that's good. They're Terra flying, interesting. I'm pretty tanky. They could be like choice banned with Terra Blast. They Dragon Dance, okay. I'm less scared of this because they are Terra flying. And like once I break their multi-scale, I mean, they're gonna be at neutral speed now. They probably do have, excuse me, they probably do have Terra Blast. I guess I could go Terra Steel, but maybe I should have Terrastalized there. Maybe I'm getting a little greedy. I don't know if there's do I survive this? I mean, Landorus is tanky. This is a risk for my opponent. Oh, so clutch. I barely survive. So even if I don't knock them out with this Rock Tomb, it should put them in range for Rayquaza to come in. Wow. That does not do that much damage. I did think about terastallizing against them. And honestly, I should have, because there was no... Oh, I'm faster now. Wow. I was going to say there was no world where they were going to Earthquake me. That's crazy, though. I'm faster than them. I was surprised about that because the first turn they went Dragon Dance and then I went Rock Tomb. Like when they went Dragon Dance, they were already faster than me and they were at neutral speed. And now, I guess now they were at -1. So I guess it makes sense. Okay, this thing is going to be a nightmare. It's probably going to go Last Respects. And if it's, oh, they have Aqua Jet. Okay. Huh. What do I do here? This is really scary. So they're not gonna go Aqua Jet now. What do I do? This is actually a pretty interesting situation because if I go Terra Normal, because they're probably gonna go for like Last Respects right here, right? Unless they're Choice Banded with Aqua Jet. They go Last Respects. If I go Terra Normal, it does 0 damage to me. Do I Earthquake? Oh, I'm gonna Dragon Ascent. Oh, this might be a mistake. Because I thought about going for Earthquake, but if that doesn't kill that, maybe that was the right call though. Because now I'm gonna get minus defense. I mean, the upside is they have to go like Aqua Jet against me, which is a weak move. Oh, no way. Focus Sash Basculegion. Earthquake was probably the right call. If they kill me, I mean, because they're probably... Well, Aqua Jet is a weak move. There's no way I die to an Aqua Jet, right? If I die to an Aqua Jet, oh, they just go Wave Crash. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. They're just faster than me. I just thought they would have expected me to be faster than them and gone for the Aqua Jet. No way. I think they get the win because they knocked me out first. We've got a Koraidon, everyone. They also have Ogerpon, Water, and they have Ting-Lu, so... Oh, they also have Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl's good against Espeon, because Espeon's good against Ting-Lu, but then their Grimmsnarl's pretty good against Espeon. I think I kind of still like leading with Espeon here, just kind of see what they do. If they lead with Grimmsnarl, they're probably going to set up screens, which is pretty scary, admittedly. But Rayquaza looks solid. And then, of course, they do have that Alomomola, which is very annoying. Flutter Mane is good against some of their Pokemon. Moltres is good against Koraidon, but that's kind of it. So I think I will just bring Flutter Mane here. We're just going to kind of see how this goes. This is a very offensive setup for me, so I just need to kind of be aware of the fact that I don't have very many good switch-ins here. So the goal here is to get an advantage early and just kind of ride that advantage, hopefully to victory. But my opponent actually leads with Koraidon, which is really surprising. I think I'm just going to fire off a Psychic right off the bat. My opponent has a couple of Dark types, but I think I'm just going to go for this. Actually, yeah, you know what? Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah. I'm really kind of dumb here. This is going to pay off massively for me, though, because I am going to get the one-hit KO on Koraidon, which is absolutely huge. However, I should have just gone for Dazzling Gleam there. It also would have one-hit KO'd Koraidon, and unless they had Terrassalized, but also it means that if they go into one of their Dark types, I'm not completely, like, you know, at a loss here. So that's exactly what happens. That was a mistake on my part. I guess I'll go into Flutter Mane now. I just don't want Rayquaza to take too much extra damage, and given that one of their biggest threats in that Koraidon is gone already. I feel like I can kind of just throw things around like this, you know, without too much worry. So gonna go into Flutter main, see what they do. Hopefully they Sucker Punch. Oh, well, why would they, I guess? They go Spirit Break, which is actually really annoying because it lowers my special attack guaranteed. I'm gonna Thunder Wave in case they have Sucker Punch. Oh, they have Parting Shot, okay. I guess Thunder Wave on something else is fine as well. I'm actually just fine with this. Like, yeah, they did a lot of damage. Sorry, I heard something outside, but they did a lot of damage to my Flutter main. But like I said, you know, even if I lose Flutter main here, I'm just at the advantage at the moment because I knocked out their Koraidon so early in the match. They actually go into a Alomomola, which is actually pretty scary. But this shows me that I'm actually not... I keep saying actually... I don't feel that I really need Flutter main at this point. I'm just going to go Moonblast in case they go back into Grimmsnarl. I guess Hex would have done more damage, but we're just going to see what happens here. They go Flip Turn. Okay, I mean, for the 50th time, I don't mind if I lose Flutter main. And I actually think that they don't have Sucker Punch on their Grimmsnarl. I feel like they would have gone for it. So I think I'm just going to go for another Moonblast here. I mean, I'm not making really any progress at this point, but at least I'm getting off... Well, that's the funny thing is I'm not even getting off damage because, you know, they're going into Alomomola and they are... when they switch out with Alomomola, they're recovering health thanks to Regenerator. So I'm actually not really making any progress here. I'm going to go ahead and go for Hex right now because it'll do more damage. Of course, they've lowered my special attack so much at this point. Yeah, I'm at -3 special attack, but I don't want to switch anything else in at this point. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just leave Flutter main in until it goes down, in all honesty. And they go Flip Turn here, which does knock me out. Back into Grimmsnarl for them. And then I can go into, I guess, Espeon at that point. And then what? Go for Trick? This is a pretty annoying situation, in all honesty. I'm going to go Trick here. I prefer to trick the Alomomola. Oh, looks like... Wait. Oh, I have Magic Bounce, so that actually... Does that make me switch out? Because that would be so weird if it does. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. It's just annoying that they can just easily go for Parting Shot. I could have a weird play here and just keep going back into Espeon, and if they keep going Parting Shot, I'm just continuously forced out, but I'm also lowering their stats for what it's worth. They might go Spirit Break here, though. I don't know. This is a weird situation, a very annoying situation at that. How are we winning this? We kind of need to set up with Rayquaza, or we need to get a good trick on something. This is actually really bad, though, because they can just continuously throw Parting Shot at me. Yeah, that puts me in a really rough situation. Spirit Break. Because now they can just go Parting Shot here and force me to switch out, which is really, really bad for me. Oh, okay. This is actually... I mean, I guess this is good. Depends on what their stats are. They are at -1 attack. And their item is Leftovers. Okay. Yeah, they're going to kill me here, right? Well, they are at -1 attack, like I keep saying. Oh, I do die. But of course, I can just Terrastallize Rayquaza. They're forced to stay with Spirit Break now. Like, they're forced to keep using Spirit Break. So, of course, I'm just going to Terra so that I'm no longer weak to Spirit Break. Hopefully, I don't take too much damage. But since they have the Choice Scarf, they cannot go for Parting Shot anymore. So they have to manually switch, which can potentially give me a free Swords Dance. I mean, Alomomola is really annoying. If I can get to like +6 somehow, +6 attack, I will have a much easier time. I mean, I'll probably just win at that point, right? A +6 Rayquaza, right? What does Alomomola typically use? Flip Turn, probably Scald. I think they typically run like Mirror Coat or something like that. How do I win this? They're also paralyzed. I think I'm gonna get to +6 here, because I don't think there's really anything that they can threaten me with Alomomola. Also, for what it's worth, Extreme Speed has like boosted priority, so even against Grimmsnarl, if they're gonna go for like Parting Shot or something, or Thunder Wave or something, I believe I still hit them first with the Extreme Speed because it has boosted priority. They go Scald. Okay, this actually could be really bad. Okay, I'm gonna go Extreme Speed here. I was worried that they would go like Mirror Coat or something and like survive a hit and then just like retaliate all the damage to me and I would lose. But this is a +4 Life Orb, Adamant, Terra Normal Rayquaza. So I think we win this game. If it one-hit KO'd Alomomola, I think it's definitely going to one-hit KO Grimmsnarl. And once again, as I keep saying, given that I have the boosted priority with Extreme Speed, I should be able to attack first no matter what they do. So even if they have Thunder Wave, even if they have Reflect, yeah, that is terrifying. And that just shows the true power of this Rayquaza. You know, I did kind of recognize that my only way of winning, or what looked like my only way of winning, was either tricking the Choice Scarf probably onto Alomomola, or setting up with Rayquaza. And I tried both of those, and Rayquaza is a nightmare, right? And that's the thing about Alomomola. A lot of people use it, and it's really tanky, which is very annoying. It can consistently recover health and basically shrug off damage, and it has Scald, which it's one of the few Pokemon that has Scald these days, but it just doesn't do a lot of damage. So if they had burned me there, that would have been really, really, really bad for me, but given that they didn't burn me, you know, they're not really doing much to me. So that was a good spot to be in. I executed that with my Rayquaza, and that was pretty awesome. So let's do another one here. Here we are again. Whoa, my opponent has a Sun team with Koraidon? Whoa, I was not expecting that. Okay, I'll stop. Rayquaza is pretty good here. It shuts down the Sun. Moltres also looks pretty solid against a few of their Pokemon. The problem, I think, what scares me the most is actually that Ursaluna. That is a nightmare. Once again, it's looking like I'm going to want to get up some good damage or set up with Rayquaza. I think this looks like a situation where I could lead Ting-Lu. They're probably going to lead Koraidon though, right? I'm really surprised at how often opponents have been leading with their legendary. It just feels like the way I play is I try to kind of like protect it. Like I try to bring it at the end, like, because, you know, theoretically it should be able to finish a game because it's really, really strong. But a lot of people have been very aggressive with the way they lead with it, and honestly, I'm not sure which one's better. I guess it depends on the situation, but I just kind of feel like if I lead with my legend and then it dies early, then my most powerful Pokemon is gone. So, but we'll see how this plays out, because my opponent, like I said, has a pure Sun team. They actually lead with Torkoal, which I guess I should have kind of expected and maybe had led with my Espeon, but I do think I'm going to get up rocks here. My Moltres has heavy duty boots, so even if my opponent gets up Stealth Rock, that's not the worst thing for me. However, of course, the big downside is that my Rayquaza is also weak to rocks, and taking that extra damage is not super good for me. So get up the rocks now. I am faster, which is good information. They're probably going to go for rocks, although they could go Eruption, they could go, I was going to say they could go Solar Beam, which I'm kind of happy about because it means they're not getting up their Stealth Rock, and I should survive this unless they're like Choice Specs. Okay, I take that really well, yeah. Ting-Lu's ability is just kind of broken sometimes. It weakens enemy special attack. Definitely not going to Terrasilize here. I don't need to. Like, Ting-Lu is just so tanky that even super effective hits, as you can see, like, I can survive them. So I'm not really afraid of that. And they have an item. What is this? Weakness? Wow, weakness policy. Okay, now I might die to this second Solar Beam. That's something to keep in mind. If I do, I think what I'll end up doing is go into Rayquaza and go for the Earthquake to knock them out. Nice, I do survive still though. Oh man, Ting-Lu is just, it's just something else. Yeah, we're stalling out a couple turns of Sun too. I kind of feel like Torkoal's a waste on Sun teams these days because of Koraidon. Koraidon just does what Torkoal does, but better. Like, I don't know. And it feels like a waste because Torkoal's not very strong. And so you're kind of using one of your Pokemon, one of your slots for a Pokemon that's like not very good. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents, but I mean, maybe you could use Torkoal if you're like trying to counter enemy weather, but you don't want to use, or you already have your legend and you can't use Koraidon. I don't know. But either way, they take Stealth Rock damage. They get the speed boost with the Photosynthesis. It is honestly tempting to Terrastalize here to resist the Moonblast. You know what? Maybe I should have actually done that, because I think that would be worth it because I would get another kill. I don't know if I'm surviving this. No, I don't. Maybe that was, honestly, that could have been worth it. Unless they're like choice specs, in which case maybe I don't survive at all. Well, I don't know. That's a tough one. Now I need to go into Rayquaza. Yeah, I think I can afford to go into Rayquaza. Assuming if like Koraidon is their last Pokemon, we might be able to take on Koraidon with Moltres. We'll see. I'm kind of scared. Gonna go Dragon Ascent here. Definitely Terrastalizing because I need to not resist, but not take super effective damage from the Moonblast. My opponent is also Terrastalizing. We'll see what it is, but I don't think Flutter main typically runs Terra types that resist flying, and they are Terra Fairy, which is really, really scary. Did not mean for that to rhyme. I just need to survive this hit. I just need to survive this Moonblast. And if they're choice specs, which it looks like they possibly are, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Yeah, we just need to survive this. This is going to do a lot of damage. Oh my god, are you serious? A critical hit. Oh my... Alright, I'll calc that after to see if that matters, but that is definitely not the way we want to go. For some... I don't think this is going to matter. I'm probably just dead to this. We do resist Moonblast. I'm going to go Ancient Power because if we can get the boost, we could possibly still win this thing. But that's a 1 in 10 chance. We have like... I feel like we have a 10% chance to win this battle. This is definitely terrifying. The one upside here is that if Koraidon is their last Pokemon, they cannot go Terra Fire, which means if they go for Outrage against me... yeah, that's exactly what's the case here. If they go Outrage here, there's a chance I could burn them. I resist fighting, I resist fire, so as long as the only other move they have is Outrage. But honestly, I feel like I've been seeing Koraidons that are running Wild Charge, so they could have Wild Charge. Okay, they go Outrage. We could possibly burn them, like I said. Oh my, is that another crit? We do burn them, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah, I think it's G. So close to. We do burn them, but are they must be like choice banded, right? That's so much damage. And we get off a lot of damage on them, but unfortunately there's just nowhere for us to go. I am Terra Fairy on this Moltres because of Koraidon, but I mean, we've already Terrastalized and we had to Terrastalize against Flutter. Well, I guess it didn't matter, right? Yeah, this is GG. I'm gonna Roost just in case. Yeah, there's no way we win this. All right, we did burn them. I'm gonna have to take a look at that Calc. All right, everyone. I did run the Calc, and there is for choice specs Flutter main with max special attack, which I'm assuming they were with a like timid nature, because they must have been timid because they got the speed boost from Photosynthesis, so that means speed was their highest stat, not special attack. So timid nature, max special attack, choice specs, Terra Fairy, Moonblast from Flutter main has a 12% chance to one-hit KO Rayquaza when I am Terra Normal in the Terra type. I think I even have some, let me check, sorry. Okay, scratch that. There is a 6% chance, because I forgot I have a few special defense EVs as well. There is a 6% chance that they one-hit KO me with that Moonblast. And so there was an extremely high chance that I would survive that. And I calced it on the other side of it. I easily one-hit KO them with Dragon Ascent. And then they go into Koraidon. I get off an extreme speed, which honestly might even kill that, honestly. I'll keep saying honestly. Sorry if you can hear my clicks. I'm on the hunt here. Extreme speed. Okay, that doesn't kill them, but it... Oh wait, I guess I'm Life Orb. Yeah, so extreme speed does about 60% of Koraidon's health, which means that Moltres, with the way everything else went, getting the burn on Koraidon with Moltres and going for Air Slash, basically I had a 94% chance to win that game. If everything else went, I mean, I guess that's not exactly true, because it's like oh, maybe I do survive the Moonblast with Rayquaza, I kill Flutter main, they go into Koraidon, I go extreme speed, and then, excuse me, and then maybe Koraidon gets a crit, I don't know. But either way, I had a very good chance of surviving there and winning that game. So it's really funny, it just really kind of shows how volatile these metas can be with Pokemon as powerful as these legendaries. But I still really enjoyed it with this team. We'll pull up the team right here as well. Once again, Rayquaza is awesome. I really like this set, and I like this team. I mean, as you've been seeing, I've been using a lot of Espeon to pretty good success, and Rayquaza is really strong. I definitely think it's kind of an underrated legend right now. It's definitely really powerful, but it's almost like, oh, when you can use something that's like extremely powerful like Calyrex, just like outright powerful and also really fast, which is also kind of what Koraidon's doing as well. It's almost like, why wouldn't you use those? Plus, Koraidon serves as a little bit of like a kind of a support Pokemon as well, because it's extremely offensive, but it also summons the Sunlight, which makes Flutter main even better. It's like, as if, and I was kind of saying before this meta, before this new format, I was like, oh, maybe Flutter main won't be the #1 Pokemon anymore. And of course it is still, because Koraidon is one of the best Pokemon, and Koraidon only makes Flutter main better. Isn't that great? Isn't that a great place to be? But I won't complain too much. There's still a lot of legends I need to try out, and I have a couple teams ready to go as well. I've been liking Rayquaza, so I might try a little bit of other Rayquaza sets with, different moves, because I think Rayquaza is really deep. Like, it's got a lot of options, whereas not a lot of other legends do. Like, Calyrex is extremely strong, but it's very limited with the moves it can use. Whereas Rayquaza has a lot of options. So, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the battles. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. If you want to try out the team for yourself, we've got the code right there. If you want to, test it out. If you like some Rayquaza as well. If you want to see some shiny Rayquaza in action. Sorry, I'm fumbling my words there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, because you are really cool and I want your coolness to be shared with me. And let me know if you have suggestions for other legends to use that not a lot of people are using, because it's Koraidon all the time, it's Calyrex all the time, and a couple others sprinkled in there, but those are the two main ones that everyone uses. This is a huge Electrode, by the way. Oh, it's actually a Ditto. Wow, that's crazy. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day.